So we are going to leap in and take a look at page 3 and page 4. This is the charted edition of the pattern. Page 1 is your title page. Page 2 covers some tips on double knitting as a technique in general, and lists some particularly helpful YouTube videos where you can go and get a basic idea for how double knitting works. Page 3 and page 4 make up the bulk of your pattern. Page 5 we have the reverse chart of this one, so if you wanted the front of your blanket to face the opposite way round, you would work that chart rather than this chart. Page 6 goes into a little bit of a tassel technique that should be safer for items around babies. So and how to finish and make sure that your blanket is looking really good and is also as safe as you can possibly make it for the baby you're giving. So I'm going to just a couple of notes about it. What I have done, page 4, what we've got along here, along the right hand side, we've got a mark every 5 stitches, and that is just to help you with the counting up. The whole height of the pattern is 100 rows. So, you know, if you get stuck and you know from your row counter or from whatever way you're keeping count you're on row 37, you can quickly tally up, oh, I'm here, and that will help you. Hopefully you can put your knitting aside and you can count up. Along the bottom here, again, we have short rows for 5 stitches, longer ones for 10 stitches. Now overall on the pattern here you have 71 stitches across, and a fair bit of this either side is dead space. The reason for that is potentially you might have quite a wide pram, particularly a second stage pram or one of those convertible pushchairs. You might want to make it slightly wider, but for the standard sizing, what I do is I like the actual image itself, which is 56 stitches apart, and I've just put a line either side by putting a ruler up next to the furthest stitch over, and counting in between I've learnt that that's 56 stitches. So, and then we like to have at least 3 stitches either side just to center the design and make it look lovely. So that's going to be a total of 56 and 3 is 59, and 3 more is 62. So when we come in then with page 3 here, first instruction at the top, alternating between colours, cast on 124 stitches. So that's the 62 stitches that we want. But because we're double knitting, so there's a front and a back, we're going to have twice as many. So we're going to have 124 stitches in your preferred method. So what I have here, that's 124. Now in my case, I have done that with just a basic knitted cast on. Again, you can use whatever technique that you like. The main thing is to have one colour and then another colour all the way across. And don't panic if it seems like an awful lot of stitches to get on one needle. Like there, you really couldn't fit much more on there. But don't forget that this row, just this row, has all the stitches for the front and all the stitches for the back. And as we're working from here, what will happen is that the front stitches will fall to the front and the back stitches will fall to the back. So you'll see in a row or two when we finish the first section that in actual fact it's going to be a lot more handy to work. It's not going to be nearly as scary, and there's going to be less risk of dropping any stitches.